As the eldest daughter-in-law of the Su family, Leona's first reaction after seeing this post was to quickly click to see what happened. Although she rarely talks about her husband and the Su family, she is also a member of the Su family. After all, and has heard many things about the family recently. Her son and daughter were kidnapped and almost got killed in Japan. This incident left her with lingering fears, but it also made her a little bit more concerned about the situation in Japan. She also knew about Ruoli's extermination of the Matsumoto family. Although she also felt that this matter was a bit too much, Zin was very angry at the time. When giving this order, she was extremely determined and there was no room for negotiation. Afterward, Ruoli and a large group of Su family masters were all captured by the self-defense forces. Leona also knew that this incident had a great impact on the Su family, and even greatly weakened its overall strength. Zin was unable to do anything every day, and Leona was in sight. However, she did not know Zin's plan to rescue Ruoli. So, when she saw this post, she was also very curious. After clicking on it, she discovered that the announcement issued by the Japanese National Security Agency stated that after the Su family instructed and murdered dozens of the Matsumoto family's family, all of the Su family's men were captured by the self-defense forces stationed in Osaka. Ruoli also fell into their hands, but what she did not expect was that the Su family unexpectedly united with the high-rank officials of the self-defense force and picked Ruoli from the Metropolitan Police Department, which eventually led to her disappearance, and now Ruoli's whereabouts are unknown. In response, the Japanese Homeland Security Bureau made a solemn protest to the Su family, demanding that Ruoli must return to the TMPD as soon as possible, otherwise the Su family will be blocked throughout Japan and will never be sanctioned. The ultimatum is for the next 24 hours. Seeing this, Leona was shocked, but she couldn't help being surprised. She said to herself, "Why do you invest so much cost and energy for Ruoli? And at the risk of offending the entire Japanese government and all Japanese citizens? This is not in line with her husband's style of doing business." Not only her husband but also father-in-law Changfeng is not the one who can make this kind of decision. The announcement also stated, actually, the Su family didn't really want to rescue Ruoli. They only regarded Ruoli as a bargaining chip for acting and the exchange of rights. On the one hand, they hoped that after they rescued Ruoli, they could sell her to the self-defense forces to claim credit, and at the same time, it was hoped that through this scene, Ruoli's mother's family could be appeased. After that, Ruoli's mother Yingxiu's He family was one of China's 4 major martial arts families. Who wants to be actively involved with them? Leona was stunned when she read this. Ruoli is Yingxiu's child? Why have I never heard of this? Leona naturally knew Yingxiu. After that, Yingxiu had always been Zin's bodyguard before. Later, Yingxiu was injured and amputated while rescuing Changfeng, and then she left the Su family. But when did Yingxiu give birth to a daughter? And why did she send her daughter to Su's house to be Zin's bodyguard? Moreover, why is Yingxiu's daughter named Su? Leona looked back again. The next paragraph was the shocking scandal that really made her stunned. In this passage it is written in clear words, Ruoli is the illegitimate daughter of Zin's derailment with Yingxiu, and Yingxiu concealed her life experience and sent the child to the Su family. When she saw this passage, Leona was almost thunderous. Although there is no actual evidence to support this passage, the woman's instinct continues to tell her that everything she read above is true. She never dreamed that her husband, who she thought loved and was loyal to her so much, would betray her. Moreover, he betrayed himself 20 years ago. Not only that, he actually has an illegitimate daughter outside. What's even more hateful is that in recent years, his illegitimate daughter has been living in and around Su's house as a bodyguard. This made her feel a total betrayal, and a kind of cold spread from head to toe. She desperately controlled the trembling hand and continued to look down. In the follow-up content, even the National Security Agency of Japan felt that the Su family was simply inferior. For profit, even the lives of their daughters and granddaughters can be sold. It is extremely vicious, snake-hearted. When Leona saw this, her scalp was numb. She saw the wedding photo of herself and Xin on the wall, recalling her marriage life for so many years, feeling nauseous. But in an instant, she felt relieved again. So she got out of bed silently, took out a suitcase from the cloakroom, and put some clothes in it. Silently packed her suitcase, and changed herself into the clothes. She went out. Leona did not hesitate to pull up the suitcase and was ready to go out. At this time, the bathroom door just opened. Xin, who came out wrapped in a bath towel, suddenly saw Leona pulling her suitcase to go out, and asked in amazement, "My wife, where are you going so late?" Leona looked at him blankly and calmly said, "Xin, let's get a divorce." Xin was struck by lightning, and he blurted out nervously and asked, "What's wrong with my wife? Which one are you singing? What wrong did I do to you?" Leona looked directly into his eyes and asked faintly, "Xin, for the sake of the husband and wife for so many years, I will ask your questions next. Please answer the truth and don't lie to me. Can you do that?" Although Xin was a little guilty, he still resolutely said, "My wife, just ask. I must answer truthfully, okay?" Leona went straight to the topic. "Okay, then I ask you, is Ruoli the illegitimate daughter of you and Yingshou?" Xin's whole heart suddenly shattered and collapsed. He never dreamed that Leona would ask such a question. It turned out to be the only guilty secret deep in his heart. He is suddenly panicked. He didn't know how to answer at this time. Deny? With Leona's character, since she asked, she must be very convinced of this matter. It is difficult for her to believe if he simply denies it, but it may disappoint her even more. If you cannot deny it, you can only admit it. However, once he admits it, she will take it seriously, and it has been more than 20 years since this incident. If you know that your significant other has been cheating for so long, and you have an illegitimate daughter, he's afraid she will be extremely angry. At that time, Leona will definitely turn away without hesitation. Just when Xin's connection between mind and body completely cut off, and he didn't know what to do, Leona sighed and smiled slightly. "Okay, it's not difficult for you. Let's get a divorce. Let's get away from each other and relax." Xin's whole body suddenly collapsed. He knelt on the ground with a puff, holding Leona's thighs in both hands, and choked nervously. "My wife, I was wrong. Wife, I was also confused at that time. I didn't expect Yingshou to have her after that. Please, forgive me this time, my wife. I can't lose you, my wife."